And that should fix itself here in a sec, and we should be good to go. Alright. Cat was messing with my webcam yesterday. There we go. We're in Clord's Past. So this part of the game is a flashback to what's happening in Crisis Core right now, in the town of Nibelheim. Did it need to be so loud when he came in? Pretty impressed at how well they mirrored this as a pre-rendered background in Crisis Core so far. Broken piano. So these are the areas where we did a little puzzle in Crisis Core just recently. Hey Matt, how's it going? That safe's going to be important when we come back here. Right. Gotta do it perfect. You gotta go look under the truck to find the tuner to fix the piano for you as well. That is the most obvious secret door in the world. You kind of suck at this. That's actually a cloud right there. That mook. Just have some skulls hanging out in our basement. No big deal. This room is going to be important later as well. Right. Well, I guess the basement's a good place for it. It's already kind of creepy, a little secret. Reading about this JENOVA creature. I assure you it is not a coincidence. Alright, these little pods down here look like they're just decoration, but they will be important later in the game. Like, towards the end of Disc 2. Yeah, I'll do what I want. I'm Cloud hallucinating that he's Zack. Gonna be getting the hot money shot cutscene of Final Fantasy VII soon with Sephiroth and Nibelheim. The shit just got real cutscene. I feel like some of the coolest cutscenes are villains doing things, right? Wonder what that's all about. Like, you watch some of the, like, gratuitous things like Advent Children where the heroes are doing crazy cool stuff all the time, and I don't know. Maybe when the villain does it, you're like, alright, I have to, I have to beat that. That's something I have to succumb. When you see the hero doing it, you're like, man, I wish I was the one doing that and not the cutscene. That's correct. We're in Nibelheim, the town, which is Cloud's hometown. We're back from the reactor. Sephiroth is in the basement reading a bunch of books about his history. He's about to find out that he may or may not be a genetic experiment. This is in the Shinra Mansion, which is in Nibelheim. And we see Cloud running around, but we're going to see in Crisis Core here shortly that should actually be Zack who's running around experiencing this. Cloud was too ashamed of the fact that he never made it into Soldier to show his face, so he just was in one of those mook costumes. Not too much. So there were Cetra were like these space traveling magic beings. But there were people who were like, you know what? I don't want to be a space traveling magic being. I just want to hang out in this cool Earth planet that we've got. Selfie Roth. I wonder if we can. I have a save editor for FF7. He's technically a character. I was just thinking the same thing, Matt. I'll look into it for the next playthrough. I don't know if his name is like a variable. Like, do they just type Sephiroth in the chat, or do they type like, character Z? Selfie Roth would be pretty perfect. This is why we have magic in modern times, right? So there's this Mako energy that we condense down into materia, and then regular people can equip materia and use it, and it creates magic. Basically, we're tapping into the magical abilities of the ancients, who were just naturally magical. They didn't need materia. But, like, Sephiroth is a living materia kind of a guy. He is, like, made of JENOVA cells. Hey, Indigo. If you've been following Crisis Core up to this point, up until he reads those books and finds this stuff out, he's a pretty decent guy. He's a hero. But he basically goes crazy. Hey, Cowman, how's it going? Here comes the shit just got real cutscene when we step outside here. Yo yo! When's the last time you played Final Fantasy VII, Cowman? Yeah, so there's a cloud knocked out on the ground there. The actual cloud. It's Cloud's mom's house. Wow, man. Nice. Sounds about right. This game is how I remember my years, because I can always get confused. I feel like the 90s was 10 years ago, and it was not. But I remember this game was 1997. Cutscene. They did a HD redo of that cutscene as part of the PS4 and PS3 tech demos. Pissed a lot of people off. They're like, oh man, they're gonna make an HD remake of Final Fantasy VII. It's easy to remember, Final Fantasy VII, 1997, there you go. In 1990, it was 25 years ago. Crap. It seems like that's in their back pocket. If they ever are in trouble again, if they make another mistake like Final Fantasy The Spirits Within movie and really need to make some quick cash, they could invest resources and remake FF7. Now, what's actually happening with Cloud and Zack here is fuzzy to me. We haven't gotten that far in Crisis Core to figure it out. I'm pretty sure that in reality, Cloud is actually here. Zack might be here too, but Cloud is actually here, like Cloud, the guy in the infantry uniform. And he's actually going to attack Sephiroth. Another sweet cutscene coming up here. Not the best idea. I am shocked that she's alive, man. Why don't we wait? I think we're going to find out pretty soon. We might find out today in Crisis Core. I'm pretty clear on what Zack's whole role is, but it gets fuzzy right around this incident. But I think we're going to find that out probably in Crisis Core. So you promised that you'd come when I was in trouble. So I get the feeling that here, this is actually Cloud. I mean, he's not dressed like that. And Tifa really does say that, but she's like delirious because she's almost dead from Sephiroth stabbing her. You know what we should store JENOVA in? Not like a, you know, an efficient, pragmatic tank. Why don't we build a big angel statue? I feel like that's the best way to store our cosmic horror. There we go. One of the few cutscenes with text overlaying it. Mine for fish. How happy he is. I think so too, Matt. I think maybe I have a rough memory of him like recovering the Buster Sword from Zack, because he'd never used it before. Yeah. Okay. Wait a damn minute, ain't there more? Yeah, like he kills Sephiroth. Selfie-Roth. Yeah, right. So this is my understanding, Cowman. There's two separate entities. There's the Ancients, who are a space-traveling race of like wizard people that have magic powers. Like they can summon fire and do cure magic and stuff like that. They go from planet to planet. They colonize the planet. They, give life to it basically, and then they move on and go to a different planet and do the same thing. They're like the opposite of a planet that goes, or a spacefaring alien race that goes around and takes all the resources. They plant resources. All that happens while they're on Earth. Some of the ancients are like, screw this. I don't want to keep traveling around. I like it here. I'm just going to stay on this planet because it's cool. We'll call it Earth. And I'm not going to travel. And those people eventually become the humans who have no magic because they're not traveling around. Now, in addition to all of that, people are mistaken. They call JENOVA an ancient. She's not an ancient, as in she's one of those cool races of people that goes around and like tries to seed planets. She's a cosmic horror. She's like an alien monster that fell from the sky onto Earth. So if you think of her as another cosmic traveling entity with magic, she is, but she's not good-natured or good-intentioned the way the ancients are. She's very decidedly evil. And they use her cells to give people magical abilities. That's why they bathe the soldiers in JENOVA cells. Sephiroth is literally made from JENOVA cells. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to it. Every time you encounter Sephiroth in this game, outside of that calm flashback, you're not actually encountering Sephiroth, because Sephiroth is dead. He died way back in time. You'll notice that you'll see a Sephiroth clone, and then as soon as the battle starts, you don't fight Sephiroth, the dude with the sword and the black cloak. You fight JENOVA. There's like JENOVA Life, JENOVA Rebirth. There's like 4 or 5 different versions of it. So really, it's JENOVA cells that have inhabited these clones they made of Sephiroth. You might argue that you're fighting the real Sephiroth when you go to the North Crater and that little like cutscene where Cloud just uses Omni Slash to win the fight. I'd say that's arguable that that's actually Sephiroth. Yeah, Matt, it looks like they might be trying to explain that a little bit better in Crisis Core right now, because they mentioned that Genesis, who's like Sephiroth, he's like the Sephiroth of Crisis Core. He's actually dead, but he's in the life stream somewhere, and he's controlling his own clones to the life stream. So maybe that's the argument, is that, yeah, Sephiroth is actually dead, but he returned to the life stream, and now he's controlling clones through it. But it's still like every time you fight a Sephiroth clone, you fight JENOVA, you don't fight Sephiroth. Yeah, I could hear that, Matt. I mean, you do fight JENOVA right before you go downstairs and fight Bizarro and Safer Sephiroth. And I think it's arguable whether the one-on-one fight with Cloud and Sephiroth, where you just use Omni Slash, I always interpreted that as just being like, that's not like an actual fight, that doesn't actually physically happen, that's just Cloud sort of dealing with the whole Sephiroth problem mentally and, getting over it, basically. Gotcha. Oh, there might be more clarity on that in Crisis Core. They've fleshed out this universe a little bit since Sakaguchi had the reins. I would also argue that the original intent was that at the end of 7, everybody dies except for like Red 13 and some of the animals and stuff, because humans were impure. Kind of a bittersweet ending. The alternative is if Meteor lands, then everybody dies, including the planet is destroyed. But if Holy lands, it also takes out all the wicked humans. Then Advent Children kind of undoes that, right? Because Advent Children takes place afterward and nothing's really any different. Well, comment if you stick around. We're playing also today, starting in an hour and a half. We're going to be switching over to Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, which is the PSP game. It's a prequel where you play as Zack, the guy that Cloud spends about 80% of this game thinking that he is. And we're actually at this same part in the Nibelheim flashback in Crisis Core. So hopefully that'll give us a little bit of clarity. This guy, just some old dude in the top of his room, like, he's the most badass dude in the world because he has 3 master materia. He's the guy that gives you rewards if you kill Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon. He's just kind of chilling up here, but he could go destroy everybody. Like, because he has the master summon materia, he could go one-hit Sephiroth if he wanted to, but no, he's just going to hang out and calm. Hey girl, give me that materia. He has the most powerful materia in the game, but he doesn't have any like armor with slots in it. I like that. I kind of want a second steel materia since stealing has been such a pain in the ass, but it's okay. Oop, the hard edge is definitely an upgrade. I think that's still ranged. Yeah, Sid's mop. Oh, Cannonball's not long ranged. Interesting. Okay. I think we'll be okay though. We're gonna be getting the long range materia here soon anyway. Pretty sure we get that in the cave after the Midgard-Zolom. Do we have enough money for the... Okay, yeah, we need like 2,000 gil for the Chocobo lure, and I always forget and spend all my money. Cool, man. Thanks for joining, Common. It's good to have you. Catch you later. Alright. One of these dudes, you can steal a melee weapon for Barret from them. Yeah, that one's melee, despite the name. It's not really a cannonball. I mean, I guess it is. Yeah, thank you for following, comment. So, if he's going to be melee, he needs to be in the front row. Let me just put a cannonball on your missing arm, and you can just punch people in the head with it. I don't know, I would argue false advertising. I suppose that's true. I don't know if you guys have seen this, it's pretty cool. Quexel does it in his speedrun. You can skip the whole catching a Chocobo to avoid the Midgard-Zolom thing. Has anyone ever tried to fight the Midgard-Zolom to get, was it Beta? One of the enemy skills he does is called Beta. It's really powerful. Like the idea is you go in there, you get him to use it on you, so you learn it, and then you run away. But it's really hard to do without it killing your whole party. I've done it before. I've like leveled up enough around here that I can survive it. Grind it up. That's awesome, man. Make sure someone's got enemy skill equipped. Okay. Can we just buy a new steel? Am I crazy? I guess we didn't. I guess we decided, there's nothing really we want to steal anytime soon. There's a glove for Tifa from this pink enemy in the cave up there. We're going to try to get into some fights on purpose because we can learn some enemy skills here. I probably should run back and grab Matra Magic as well. One of the enemies back there can teach that. Does he at least give you a bunch of experience or something, Matt? I've never beaten him. I've learned beta from him, but I've never beaten him. Yeah, we're gonna run back toward Calm and see if we can get Matra Magic. I guess once you're leveled that high, you don't really care about experience anymore, right? Right. Hear that. At some point we'll probably turn down the combat speed once our own speed stats get higher. So we're not wasting it. Come in. He's saving it. That's what it is. Unlocking limit breaks is, you get that by using limit breaks, right? So you want to use them often. That gives you a point in limit break or whatever. With the exception of the final limit break that you have to go find. Gotcha. Alright, we're gonna do 2 fights here, and if we don't get the robot that teaches Matra Magic, we're just gonna move on. Yeah, right? Yeah, I saw that speedrunners will put their whole party in sadness. Because I guess the amount that it actually reduces your limit growth is small. It's like 20% reduction, but it reduces all damage you take by 50%. Yeah, the downside is you take 50% more damage. Hyper. I did the same thing. I always kept everybody in hyper all the time. I wanted to use my limit breaks. But then again, if you're not doing a speed run, taking extra 50% damage when you're already mowing everything down doesn't really matter. If you're speed running, it makes a difference. Right. These are the guys that do Matra Magic. Alright. We'll let them do it. I think we can steal atomic scissors from them too. We can try to do that. We'll wait on them to use it. Flashing back. We only need one of them alive now. Oh, way to go, Red 13. Hey, Sox fan, how's it going? Hey, remember, that's pretty expensive. That's not that bad. Some worse. Astromagic's pretty great. Atomic scissors, man. Game does not want to give them to us. I'll give it 5 more steal attempts. I'm doing alright. How are you, man? When's the last time you played Final Fantasy VII? 1. 2. Pretty much. Magitech rocket launcher ability. 4. I'm gonna get one more try, and if we don't get it, we just move on. Alright. Go ahead and shoot your cannonball, Barrett. Oh man, that's much more recent. We had somebody who just joined a little bit ago. Last time he played it was 1999. I have a little bit more fresh in my memory because my wife started playing it. She got to about Costa del Sol. She hasn't played it since. She's waiting on the HD re-release. Aside from that, though, I probably played it 5 or 6 years ago. Myself. I know, right? PS1 games are hard. She made it through 9 and 8, but... Right. That wasn't particularly awesome. Probably just want to play 10 again, to be honest. Oh god, I'm sorry, man. As of now, it is unannounced. In fact, we may have actually had the opposite announced. They may have said that they don't intend to do a remake. I did not mean to make you think that there was one planned, I'm sorry. One time I went to the grocery store with my friend Kat, and this is when the new Ben & Jerry's flavor, Stephen Colbert's Americone Dream, had just come out. And we're both looking in the ice cream aisle, neither of us knowing that we were looking for that flavor of ice cream, right? So to announce that I'm searching for it, I say, huh, Stephen Colbert's Americone Dream. And Kat turns and looks at me, he's like, where? Where is it? And I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't actually see it. Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy VII HD re-release. What? Where? Oh, I'm sorry, man. So I just Stephen Colbert's Americone Dreamed poor Sox fan there with the HD re-release. Match or Magic is pretty awesome. Right, false prophet. It wouldn't be a false prophet if they just hurry up and make it and release it. It'd get real profit. Yeah, I hope so. If you can find it, Sox fan, link me up. I know they recently did a troll announcement when they put just the regular version of FF7 on Steam. Chocomog. Who is using MP the least? Probably Cloud. Alright. They probably don't need any other enemy skill materia right now with Match or Magic. The Midgar Zolom is a reference to, his name is a reference to a Norse myth character called Jormungandr. Jormungandr is this huge, it's called the World Serpent, is what that means. This gigantic snake that's supposed to encircle the globe, and it's going to kill Thor at Ragnarok, the end of the world. Although Thor will kill it as well. They will kill each other. Nah man, Chocobo grinding is going to be towards the end of Disc 2. We'll try to do that on weekends if we can. I'll try to keep that off stream proper. I see this joke really often in Japanese games of like people calling you old folks and being kind of offended by that. I'm pretty sure it's because there's like an honorific suffix in Japanese that means like old person. Doesn't really, because I don't really think of kids going up to people in the West and being like, "You're old." Yeah, Jormungandr, Fenrir is another one, right? Monstrous child of Loki. Missing the third one, Hel, the keeper of the eponymous Hel. Give me a Chocobo lure. Yeah, I think it's Hel. H-E-L. Loki also births Sleipnir, which you might argue is a monster, but he's a good monster. He's the six-legged horse upon which Odin rides. Dude, awesome, Sox fan. Do you have any pictures? You can post image links in chat. Jack could make a pretty cool tattoo. Hey Krovakin, how's it going? I like this surf Chocobo song. Every Final Fantasy game, he does the Chocobo theme in a different style. There's like Samba de Chocobo, Electric de Chocobo. This is like the Beach Boys version. Jack's pretty cool. Finn's dad in Adventure Time kind of reminds me of Jecht. Right. Checked. Whenever a player dismounts. Good to know. So I guess the theory is you're supposed to like just run into the desert not knowing what you're doing and get your ass kicked by this snake. Then this next part is extremely impressive. Speedrunners can do a skip there where they skip this little scene. Man up and fight the Midgard-Zolom. Power we should respect. Yeah, I was mentioning earlier that I feel like cutscenes are more satisfying when they're about the villain doing sweet things, because they make you think, oh man, that's the power that I'm going to have to defeat one day. When the heroes are doing all the cool stuff, you're just like, oh man, I wish I were doing that myself, instead of just seeing it in a cutscene. Really good games manage to merge the two. Like, you guys, if you missed, I know, right, Leon? Like, you can complain about the graphics in Final Fantasy VII, but every map in this game is a painting. Alright, there's somebody else in chat other than me saying, I need to steal that for my D&D game. I say that in practically every stream. They just look up the Midgard-Zolom background or something like that. Dead Midgard-Zolom. Shouldn't be, Jaden. Refresh. This is Final Fantasy VII. It's FF7, son. The MP cost on Chocobo is not too bad. Alright, you're gonna learn Flamethrower. Pretty good single target enemy skill. Enemy skills are actually pretty good in this game. Final Fantasy VII. Many people's favorite game of all time, a lot of people's favorite Final Fantasy of all time, Jaden. A game that is on the list of games I implore you to play. I would say games that make you do the awesome stuff rather than show you a cutscene of it. We've got Shadow of the Colossus, which is coming up in a few hours. But just now in, what was it? Ori and the Blind Forest yesterday? Oh my god. If you check the VOD I posted to YouTube, I've got a timestamp on there for this like really cool sequence involving a flood. I won't spoil it if it's something that you want to play for yourself, but it was really cool. It was something that you totally have to do as a player. You didn't just watch a cutscene of it happening. Thanks, Saxfan. Check it out. Confirm for everyone. I'll take the plunge and tell you it's not... Oh, rad. Oh, I'm jealous. Pretty sweet, man. I like the subtlety on the Moogle as well. Those are all good, like... You know, if you showed this to someone who's not a video gamer, they'd be like, oh, sweet, that's a cool design. Or that's a cool little animal. They're not like, you know, they're like Fangamer, the company that makes really subtle gaming gear. I like them. But if someone knows what they are... Alright, we're just gonna dump everything in Cloud because we don't have the option of not playing with him. But we are forced to not play with him briefly later in the game. These dudes have an item you can steal for Tifa, but we're not using Tifa, so we're not going to worry about it. Sox fan, it said you left, so... Anyway, tattoos are sweet. Muy jelly. Probably gonna do an Adventure Time tattoo with my friend Kat. Barrett is actually a terrorist, Jaden. I'm pretty sure I was Cloud Red 13 and Vincent. Usually my my predilection is to go for the party that I have the longest since I've invested in them the most. So that would probably be Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett. But it's like when you... I would love to use Sid, for example, but you get him so late in the game that it's like, man, I haven't been leveling with this guy for a long time. Since I've never done it, I'll probably do Sid and Yuffie, but I'm pretty sure Kid Dylan was also Cloud, Vincent, and Red 13. Hi, Haverno. How's it going? Yeah, Vincent's limits are pretty lame compared to everybody else's. We'll do Yuffie instead. I've never done that before. I don't think I've ever played with Yuffie. Yeah, Jay, you should play the game. You can go watch. If you click on YouTube, Jay, you can catch up on the videos so far. Why you gotta be so rude? As would most terrorists. What's up, Sung? Uh-oh. We're supposed to think Sung is a hottie, I think, from the way that they depict him in Crisis Core. I didn't really get that feeling when I was playing this game. Why you gotta be named rude? I like that Elena feels the crucial plot requirement of incompetent, bungling, recurring enemy that tells you where to go next. He says something different if Eris is with you. Should equip that long range material. You don't really need the Choco Lure. And let's put you in the back row, and let's heal everybody. It's the Mithril Cave. An astounding lack of Mithril. Alrighty. We're gonna go to Fort Condor. Oh god, you know, there's an extremely rudimentary tactical combat game in Fort Condor that I don't know if I really like it. We'll do it once though, just to show it off. I'm not gonna sit here and grind out the Fort Condor combat though. Isn't he a Turk? Hey Rimaroa, how's it going? Alright, let's go ahead. Yeah, I think Vincent's like a Turk. And didn't he have something to do with Lucretia? Like that's his whole shtick, is that Lucretia is the birth mother of Sephiroth? We'll see. Yeah, I don't really remember very much either. You learn about it so late in the game. You have to deposit a bunch of money with these guys. Special materia is, there's a huge materia, there's also a phoenix materia. I'll do it. I'll protect them from Shinra. Alright. I'm gonna save because when my wife was doing this, she screwed this up with my guidance because it's kind of confusing what you're supposed to do here. Alright. So we're gonna save. Hey Amazer, how's it going? Good to have you. About to do some Fort Condor. Kind of one of the more questionable mini games in Final Fantasy VII. But you gotta give him credit for having everything in this game. There's snowboarding, there's motorcycles, there's submarines, there's Moogle dating simulators, and there's not so good tactical combat sequences. Is there a dominant strategy in Fort Condor? Do your best is a common Japanese, like saying, hey, have a good day. We might just do the tranquilizer thing, you know? I think we lose it when you sleep, but... Seems like a cool idea. I mean, I like limit breaks, but if the effect on your limit gauge is so small, and it reduces your damage by 50%, that seems to be a worthwhile trade-off. Alright, how much money do we have? Because we need a lot in order to do this, if I remember correctly. Oh, I screwed it up. I gotta go sell some stuff. Peppermint Butler's the best, Leon. He's Dark Mage. Let's see if I've got 4,000 gil worth of stuff to sell. This is what happens every time. I did this exact same thing when my wife was playing it a couple months ago. I was like, yeah, contribute the gil. But then if you contribute the gil first and then talk to him, then he wants more money from you. It's not really worth very much. Don't need any of these or any of these. If we were doing Dylan OCD mode, I would be trying to have at least one of every item, but it doesn't really matter in this game, so... Probably don't actually need a star pendant, and that's going to be enough to get us there. I'll be having more interesting items equipped. Poison's not that dangerous. There's a really cool Peppermint Butler episode that recently aired with Rainn Wilson, the guy who plays Dwight from The Office. He plays this character called the Peace Master, who's trying to get revenge on Peppermint Butler. It's fantastic. Peppermint Butler's really evil in that episode too. We're talking about Adventure Time, if you guys don't know what Jaden is talking about. Alright, here we go. Kinda questionable tactics game. If you want to play a tactics game, you shouldn't play this one. Oh man, you should fix that. Here we go. There's a dominant strategy. I have no idea what it is. Yes, Dwight Schrute is in Adventure Time twice. He voices Rattleballs and Peacemaster. He's also a really big. The actor is a really big fan of Adventure Time. No weaker opponents, no stronger opponents. Okay. Beats the Beast, loses to Barbarian. Beats Barbarian, loses to Wyvern. Beats Beast. Wyvern, loses to Beast. There's like a... We'll just make the rest of them as fighters. Alright, let's review real quick though. Attackers beat beasts. The fat guys beat barbarians. The shooters beat wyverns. That makes sense. So you shoot things that are in the air. Fat guys fight barbarians. Skinny guys fight dogs. This battle ignores your button settings too. Like I've changed it so that X is confirmed so I don't get confused when I switch games. Yeah, right? I remember, I have this memory of doing catapults and being really excited about that, but they actually kind of suck. They never do what you want them to do. Hey, welcome back, Amazer. Alright, so it looks like they're all beasts. So in retrospect, had we known that, we would have used more of the attackers who are good against beasts. Fine, you get it, fighter. Oh man, you have no idea. Music gets decidedly more epic as the game goes on, I assure you. Kinda don't want him to be there. He's gonna get his butt beat by that thing. This whole game has epic music though, Jaden. don't think there are any barbarians yet. These guys can just chill, actually. Get him. No, not that one. Actually kind of bad for the shooter. Shooter's weak against beasts. There's the boss. Doing alright though. Try refreshing, Jaden. Anyone else having video problems? Be helpful to know. I guess he couldn't hear me if I said try refreshing, huh? Kill the boss. He's probably going to kill some of these guys, but it doesn't really matter. Good to know. So I'm wondering if there's a repeat of yesterday. We're gonna win this, no big deal. The attacker just kinda hung out up there. Alright. Oh yeah. We do get to hear the classical da 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 part after the victory fanfare when we do the Chocobo races later. Magic comb. Not all for naught. Ooh, that has double growth, which is fantastic. We want that. So we want to put our magic that we really want to level up should go in that first area. So what do we really want that we could reasonably actually level up? Steel gives you Mug. It's pretty good. Needs a lot to level it up though. Maybe Cure actually. Yeah, I think so. Actually, I know that he doesn't get the benefit of the all if we put it there, but that's okay. We usually don't need to cure all in battle. I'd like to get all leveled up. For each level that all has, it lets you cast that spell on all creatures at one additional time. So at the default level you can do it once, at level 2 you can do it twice, and so on. I'm pretty sure when you master an all materia you can just cast on all enemies as many times as you want. Pretty big fan of the materia system. I tend to prefer games where characters are very different rather than games like 7, 8, and 10 where characters are mostly identical, aside from their limit breaks. But all of that said, the materia system's a cool idea. Okay, we're gonna go get Yuffie in our party, particularly since we're planning on using her. Oh yeah. Mastering materia is good for that reason as well, because you get to a point where you don't really need to have all materia. If you need to hit all enemies, you just use summon materia, which hits all enemies anyway. But yeah, you're right, it does sell for a lot, and it's easy to get AP on it, since you're probably going to have it equipped for most of the game. Yeah, good call, Krovakin. Hey, no running in hell. How's it going? Dude, my wife got so mad at me at this part. This is around the time when she stopped playing, because we were trying to get Yuffie. She's just a random encounter in this forest. It's like, I don't know, a 1 in 10 chance or something. She was here for like an hour before she finally ran into her. Later, Matt. When's the last time you played Final Fantasy VII, no running? Alright, let's heal up. My wife was like, "Are you sure this is the right forest?" I'm like, "Yes, I sure is." Screenshot. It's really unlucky. RNGesus did not favor her that day. I just encountered her on the second fight. I'm gonna show her this video and she's gonna be pissed. Damn, nice. Yeah, we had somebody else in chat, Cowman, earlier. Last time we played it was like 1999. This game's 18 years old. You could be a grown-up who was born after this game was released. That's kind of scary. Alright, let's see if I remember the things we're supposed to say to get her in our party, right? Because there's a lot of ways you can screw this up. If you open up the menu, she steals gil from you and runs away. If you use the save point, she steals gil from you and runs away. And you have to give all the right answers or she steals gil from you and runs away. You gotta keep your eye on her too. Say not interested. She does that punch a thing in Crisis Core as well. Petrified. Gonna be sarcastic with her. There's a part in this game where Yuffie steals all of your materia and then gives it back to you in a random order. It drove me crazy as a kid. I'd get out like a notepad and I'd write down everyone's materia and where all of it was exactly so I could fix it afterward. Guess we never thought of a name for Yuffie, huh? What's our Yuffie name? It's gotta be like sort of a misspelling. Was it Uffie? I think it may have been Uffie. I'll give chat a second to chime in. Yeah, Yuffie's pretty good. I guess her default's 2F, so... Right? Yeah. I like just having it be one letter when we can. Let's do that. Yuffie. She'll go in our party. Yep, yep, yep. She's been in Crisis Core. She's the focus of some really hard optional missions that we're recently getting our asses beat on. So we gotta unequip everybody. Well, Red 13 is the most recent person to get good materia, so why don't we say goodbye to Barrett. Barrett, it's been great knowing you. Thanks for playing. See you later. Well, I could hear the argument for Yuffie and Barrett as being two long-range characters. Yeah, long-range weapon. Oh, he has a Protect Vest still on him. Hold on. While I'm thinking about it, let me turn down the battle message speed. It's so fast I can barely see it. There we go. Call her on her cell phone. Hey, get back here. Here's your Protect Vest. She starts with Throw, which is not a very good materia, but we'll take it. Why not? About Earth All. Or we'll do Bolt All. And then Ice and Earth. There we go. Great. Save it up. In retrospect, Yuff might have been good too, just Y-U-F-F. Alright, we're going to Junon. Shinra's home away from home. One of several homes away from home. I think that Quetzalcoatl guy, Zemzalet, has something that's worth stealing? I don't remember. I think it says Kamikaze on the Moogle's headband. Not 100% sure on that. I seem to remember hearing that though. I got her all materia to level 2. Just make his magic comb, that'll be how we level up our all materia, so we'll sub this one out for some other one. Yeah. Get as many of them to level 2 as we can. Only Shinra people visit the Fisherman Town. Oh man, there's gonna be a riveting CPR minigame coming up here soon. What's up, dude? I think we're good. Guy who mentions, see a weapon you want, pay for it. Like, he doesn't sell any weapons. Pretty sure we get the Shiva materia here. So I don't know where we get the Ifrit materia. I'm worried that I'm going to miss it. It's been so long since I played this game. You can permanently miss some of the summon materia. We already have Chocomog. I remember where Rama is. That's one of the ones you can permanently miss. You have to be blind to miss it. What's up, CKS Leo and Sunny Lau? How's it going? Ifrit's... Oh, it's on the ship. That's right. You can't... Well, you could miss it, but you would be stupid too. After you fight JENOVA. I think those are the next ones. We get Shiva here, we're gonna get Ifrit on the boat. Rama's in the Coral prison. We ate the Shinra. And I do what I want. Don't go after the dolphin. Should probably get her out of the water before we fight the monster, but okay. This game's not the worst as far as summoning to win every battle. 8's pretty bad with that. There's no restrictions on summon magic in that game. 10 as well. One of the categories of running 10 is whether or not you use steel materia. Should probably put Yuffie in the back, I forgot to do that. She has a long-range weapon. Flamethrower is pretty good. It uses a lot of MP, but... It's like Reno's bubble. You have to use fire on her or something. There's no reason for you to really know that as a kid. I might just be crazy. You have to target the bubble instead of targeting her. She's about to die, I think. Yeah, see? How would you know to do that? It's not quite Neil at the Lake in Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest level, but it's close. You know, so it drains their health while they're inside of it. Alright. I think we're gonna get him down here soon. He does this when he dies. Yeah. So I thought he was dead, but now this is his death rattle. What's up? Power wrist. They've been very careful to include all of the Final Fantasy VII exclusive items in Crisis Core. Alright, riveting CPR minigame. Get ready. Get hype. There's going to be a little lung graphic and everything. You can think of a game that beats Final Fantasy VII's record for most variety in minigames, let me know. Yeah, WarioWare. I suppose that's true. That's all it is. For a game that nominally has a different purpose than minigames, though. Is this really the correct way to give CPR? Breathe in as deep as you can. I hear that they don't even really recommend mouth to mouth anymore. It's just the chest compressions. No, you're fair. You got me on it. They recommend like rigorous chest compressions now, right? It's like they want you to not be afraid of breaking ribs. And it's also like very infrequently successful. It's like less than 5% or something of all CPR. And of course it never actually just revives somebody on its own the way it does in the movies. Like it might keep somebody going long enough for actual treatment to save them. But you're never going to revive somebody from CPR alone. I could have done like a rhythm chest compression game there. Tetsuya Nomura is a really big fan of like asymmetrical character designs, unnecessary buckles, zippers, belts, shoulder pads, and pendants. So like Yuffie has her one like arm guard. Cloud has one gauntlet, Michael Jackson style. Uh-oh, having a creepy talking to yourself dream. Great. Tufa was your guide, right? Where was Tufa other than that? It's a great chance for you two to see each other again. Yeah, really, I think that's the one plot hole, the big plot hole in Final Fantasy VII is that Tifa just kind of keeps her mouth shut about the fact that Cloud's whole story is bizarre and not at all what actually happened. She's just like, several times I went to Nibelheim, where were you? We saw each other, right? Like, it might be that she's just trying to be conscious for Cloud's feelings or something like that. Hey Zizo Terno, how's it going? Let me get my Shiva materia. A one-track mind. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm not going to make any promises on the Shinra military sequence. I suck at it. I can do the Simon Says part, but the part where you're supposed to like walk with the soldiers, I've reset my game and tried to do that so many times. I don't know what they want from me. I hate Shinra so much I could die. No, about that. Dolphin jumping minigame. The hell, guys? What do you think this is? Send Clord on every dangerous mission? What? You gotta be kidding me, Krovakin. Are you serious? Sunnylau, thanks for following. It's good to have you. Krovakin, are you joking me? I swear to God, if you're joking me. No way. I played this game so many times and I'm like, why the hell can't I do this stupid march? I try to do it as hard as I can. I try to be as perfect as possible. You're telling me that it's not interesting to do it perfectly. You gotta fuck it up. Alright, we're gonna do that. I believe you. That explains my years of confusion at that minigame. Oh, I love this Twitch thing. I learned so many new things. Alright, dolphin jumping minigame. Get that PHS dough. I want to get it wet. I think there's like a pixel guide you can use to where you're supposed to jump. I don't know where it is though. Wow. Dude, I had no idea. Thank you. That's awesome. I think I want to be a little bit further away than it looks like I should be. Someone knows, like, roughly which pixel I should be standing on to get this, let me know. I'm just gonna keep trying it. Oh, never mind. We got it. Graphics, but second tier, still Popeye graphics. Hey, it's the Highwind. I know this game's like, you're gonna ride in that. Don't even pretend like you're not going to. Might not be now. Get ready. Kind of a cutscene. You can tell that's actually a cutscene because of the compression when the elevator lowers, since it's a pre-rendered background. It's kind of cool how they have to occlusion, stuff like that. Brings back memories indeed. It's the only uniform he ever actually wore. Rufus Shinra. Got it. I'm gonna do this. Intentionally screw up the march part instead of trying to march in step. That's so crazy though. It makes sense, I guess. Like, you'd want to watch Who wants to watch a parade of a bunch of soldiers moving in perfect unison? Go ahead and save. Alright, here we go. It's the Sister Ray cannon. Posters say Rufus. Pretty sure that cannon's pointed directly at Costa del Sol. Chekhov's Sister Ray. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to test this here. Do the TV ratings. So don't run up in front, though, is what they're telling me. You can't screw it up too much. Okay. Alright. Send that soldier a bomb or something. Welcome back, Amazer. I think Heidegger's supposed to have a horse laugh. He's gonna be laughing and like slowly stop. Stop that stupid horse laugh. Slow-mo laugh. I feel like if they made a movie of Final Fantasy VII, John Rhys Davies would play Heidegger. Sala from Indiana Jones, Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Did to read him with the Sala voice in my head. Compensation for my brother-in-law's car. I said no camels, that's 5 camels, can't you count? Man in a black cape, he just killed some of us. You messing with the army? What if I am? No break for you. Show me your final pose. I think you can do this without screwing it up too bad. Don't mess up during the real thing. Show you my special pose. Whoa, that's awesome. Hey, it's rude. Why you gotta be so rude? You can't catch him even if you try, I don't think. I guess you can, but he doesn't talk to you. What's up, Palmer looking dude? What you got, bro? Revive would be nice. It's expensive, but... Good, man. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Pretty sure there's a lot of sources you can get. There's also, my dad works for Squaresoft Legend. It says you can get Sephiroth in your party if you get all of the soldier figurines. You can find them all over the place here. They don't do anything. Like, it involves all the soldier figurines and all of the other unnecessary items, like the one you get like a parasol or something for finishing the rail shooter minigame in the gold saucer. It's all BS though. Yeah, so I mentioned this before, this is the second time they have this. This is a second tutorial area. And the way they handle it is they make Cloud be the expert, and he's like, if you talk to these people, you can tell them about things that they don't know, so you can explain limit breaks to them. It's interesting they went with that model, because in Metal Gear Solid 2, they were so concerned with Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear Solid, was so concerned with having the main character, Solid Snake, who's supposed to be this badass, get tutorial advice that they were like, we have to totally change the format of the game, because he's too much of a badass, he can't be getting advice, he has to be giving the advice. So you don't play as Snake in MGS2. 7 just said, well, whatever, you know, you'll run into some rookies and you'll be the one who explains stuff to them, but it's actually for the player's benefit. Hey, Angel Asakara, how's it going? Just dump all those sources on Cloud, like I said. Always have to have him, so he may as well be really good. There's a way to dupe those with the W item trick, but you have to be fighting those thief enemies that steal from you. It's the way that they do the 3-hour speedrun of this game. They abuse a couple other glitches to jump to the end of the game, and they max out Cloud's speed and his attack power. What's up, dude? I like your, like, Geordie LaForge visor. I could have stolen that. Probably gonna go for the boomerang. That's it. $12 in this set. Later, man. Enjoy your meeting to the best of your ability. Good having you. A little too young. What you talking about? There's like random Greek letters on the floor. Hey AMA, how's it going? Alright. Rude's hanging out here, good to know. Sure. New Age, President of Shinra. I like Rufus's logo. Cool, cool. Doing 7 for another 16 minutes or so, and then we're going to switch to that prequel Crisis Core, the one with the really much better graphics. We're going to try to succeed at this Simon Says thing. Hey, the rest of the Turks. Very good. Is that a... How trusted of a publication of that is that in the scientific community? I'm talking to my wife, ladies and gentlemen, AMA4043. She's an astrophysicist. Napple on duty? No, I'm good. I guess, what does trusted publication mean if the New York Times doesn't post an accurate article on it? We'll do Cookie Clicker. So if you guys want to just check out Cookie Clicker, not the best game to watch somebody play. Kind of involves you playing it yourself, but Jaden's link is kosher, it doesn't go somewhere bad. Horny old man, got it. Don't really care. Cool. Tarshish should work for the New York Times. So these 2 papers came out at the same time. One of them is kind of sensationalist and claims a signal. The other one is a little bit more reserved and says this isn't really a signal. And as the media is wont to do when they hear anything from the scientific community, they took the sensationalist story rather than the accurate story. It's the New York Times. Leon, yeah. Just run Cookie Clicker and like leave the webcam on of an empty chair of it just running in the background. That's pretty clever. Instead of, I'm never offline. Yeah, cool. That's a legit link, by the way. And you should probably be able to trust links from people with the little sword icon. Oh, which, by the way, now that I think about it, oh yeah, the LHC version of Cookie Clicker is pretty cool. The Particle Clicker, that's actually how I got into Cookie Clicker. Andrea found the LHC version, and somewhere in the About, I was really addicted to it, and somewhere in the About comments like, yeah, this is inspired by Cookie Clicker. And then I lost about 3 weeks of my life playing Cookie Clicker. You should play this game, it's amazing. Alright, it's time. Probably gonna get to the save point on the ship. Well, we'll see. We got 12 minutes left before we switch to Crisis Core. Whoops. I already screwed this up because I'm facing the wrong way. It's okay. Could have done better. I was reading chat. Didn't realize it was starting. Hey, John Reese Davies. Give me an item. You see Red 13 peeking over the back of the ship there? How did they get in here? Why did they have to do all this bullshit? Slow-mo John Reese Davies laugh. Yeah, see Red 13 peeking out under the little barrel there? Hojo left a letter of resignation. Interesting. That was Yuffie in the background who was doing the jumping. She's the only character we know who jumps like that. She's in disguise as a Shinra. Got a Force Stealer, right? What is that? Oh. Yeah, I'll take it. I think that's a good choice. What materia would he lose? Chocomog. Oh, sense. Yeah, please. It's not even a question. It's gonna be hard to get me to take this materia off. I like things that double the AP growth. Or this weapon off, I mean to say. Long range doesn't really need to be mastered. This would be nice to get at least up a couple levels so we can use it more than once. I'm gonna go for summon materia, get those up a little bit. Still need long range though. And we can put steel in there so we can get mug. Would be very nice. It takes a long time to level, but even if you're wearing Shinra's uniforms. Grab a soda real quick. Right back. Goofy music. What's up? Chill out, Sailor Man. Sneakers! Welcome! Andrew's here. Yuffie, you're keeping me from getting to that materia. Move! Ugh. Urus. Heard it was big, but I didn't expect it to be that big. That is what Clord just said. Oots. One of these is Red 13 dressed up like a person trying to walk bipedal. It's ridiculous. It's sort of like when Boney dresses up like a person in Mother 3. Uniforms, war, I hate them all. I wonder if in the original Japanese it was like, maybe there's a word that means war uniform, so it's not just like uniforms, war, mops, plastic, I hate everything. But we're not going to be nice to Tifa or to Eris because we want to go on the date with Barrett in his sailor costume, his cute little sailor suit. A seaman's got to have some oomph! Something's missing. It's your emergency Phoenix down potion stop. We're gonna go ahead and do the boss battle that's on this ship. It might run us a little bit over time into Crisis Core, but it's a cool fight and it'll be a good stopping point. See, that's Red 13. Yes, you do. You make a fine human being. Tail sticking out. Now we've talked to everybody. I think we can change things up a little bit. We might... Actually, I think the boss fight I'm talking about takes a little bit longer. It might just be better to wait until the cutscene that shifts, and then switch to Crisis Core and pick up right from there tomorrow. Let me get the... Give me the materia, Yuffie. This is serious. You're blocking an item. Barrett in his sailor costume. Look, Cord, it's Rufus and Heidegger. Like, he's being so serious. How could he go off laughing like that? Calm your face, Barrett. He's got a little ascot. Get off your spiky butt and let's go, Cloud. Although there might not be... Okay, there's a save point. Yeah, this boss fight and the next part's going to take a little bit longer. It might be like 10 minutes or so before we'd save again, so we're going to save here and go ahead and switch to Crisis Core. If you haven't seen Crisis Core before and you're here for Final Fantasy VII, you should stick around, because Crisis Core is a prequel to FF7. You play as Zack, and we are in Nibelheim. We're actually at the place where the calm flashback we just did happened. So it'll be relevant to what we just saw in this game. Bear with me 1 second while I switch games here. We'll let the opening cutscene run real quick. This cutscene doesn't trigger content ID like Chrono Cross does. They're not murdering each other. I haven't heard any hissing or growling. This isn't about the time that he starts. He's like right there. Ben is. Kitchen counter. But it'll probably be another hour and a half, 2 hours before he starts sitting on this chair and begging and being a guest on stream. Pretty cool.